All right, and here is the last lesson of this unit, dividing mixed numbers by mixed numbers. This is about as complicated as I can make it, and it's, the nastiest numbers I can give you. But the good news is that the process stays the same. The first thing we're going to want to do is turn our mixed numbers into improper fractions, and then we can turn it into a nice, beautiful multiplication problem by multiplying by the reciprocal of the divisor. We're using our keep, change, flip shortcut. So recall, we can turn any division problem into a multiplication problem by multiplying the dividend by the reciprocal of the divisor. And why do we want to turn it into a multiplication problem? Well, because if we turn it into multiplication, multiplying fractions, if you recall, is quite easy. Once you've gotten your whole numbers out of the way, and once you have just kind of two normal looking fractions, you just multiply straight across. So let's just clarify what the keep, change, flip means. Again, it's not gymnastics. There is a very mathematical meaning to it. So what are we doing? We're keeping the dividend the same, and that's that first number. We're changing the operation from division to multiplication. And that's the change part. You change that to multiplication, and then we flip the divisor to its reciprocal. And remember, reciprocals have a product. When you multiply them, they equal 1. Okay, so their product is equal, to 1. So remember, when you're finding the reciprocal of a mixed number, this is really important. This is the biggest mistake I see students make. When you're trying to figure out the reciprocal of a mixed number, you must turn the mixed number into an improper fraction first. Then you flip the improper fraction. This is so super duper important. That's the biggest mistake I have seen students make over the years. Also, something else to be very mindful of. Remember, when you multiply mixed numbers, you need to make sure you clear the skies first, right? So we talked about that, which means getting that whole number out of the way. And you get that whole number out of the way by turning it yet again into an improper fraction first. So what is the common theme here? Improper fractions. We want to turn our mixed numbers into improper fractions. So let's do a couple of examples together. So we have 2 1/3 divided by 1 1/4. So the first step, I want to turn both of these into improper fractions. So I'm going to use my times E plus E skills. So that's 6 7/3 divided by 4 5/4. Step 2 is your keep, change, flip. So now that we've cleared the skies, now we can go ahead and KCF. So that's going to be 7/3 times 4/5. We flip the second fraction, not the first one, but the second one. And then we can multiply straight across. The skies are clear. There's no whole numbers blocking my way. So I multiply straight across and I get 28/15. That is improper. So I need to turn that back into a mixed number. 15 goes into 28 only one time, and there's 13 left over. So our final answer would be 1 13/15. All right, let's take a look at another example. Step 1, turn them into improper fractions first. Again, don't fall into that trap of just dealing with the fractions separately. You must turn this improper first. So 6 7/2 divided by 7/4. All right, step 2, we can now keep, change, flip. Once we've turned them improper, then you have the green light to keep, change, flip. So it's gonna be 7/2 times 4/7. I'm flipping the second fraction. Ooh, and I've got a lot of cross simplifying here. 7 and 7, I can divide both of those by 7, and I get 1. And the 2 and the 4, 2 goes into 2 one time. I can divide them both by 2, and it goes into 4 2 times. Now I multiply across and I get 2/1, which is just 2 whole things, which means that 1 3/4 fits into 3 1/2 2 whole times, which is true. If you double that, you do get 3 1/2. Let's do just a couple more together, and then I challenge you to finish the remainder of the worksheet, the backside on your own. So again, step 1, I need to turn improper. So that's 6 11/6 divided by 4/3. Step 2, you can keep, change, flip. 11/6 times 3/4, and see if you can cross simplify. We can here. That goes in once and twice. I'm dividing by 3, and I get 11/8. 8 goes into 11 one whole time, and there's 3 left over, 1 3/8. All right, last one together, and then I want you to finish the rest on your own and check the answer key on the website. The first thing you do is turn them improper. 12, 13, 14 thirds divided by 4, 5 halves. Step 2, you can keep, change, flip. 14 thirds times, flip this guy, 2/5. I can't cross simplify, so I'm gonna have to just multiply straight across.